Writing matric exams and those final exams is at the best of times a stressful venture, but of course it is made even more difficult for learners from disadvantaged areas and backgrounds, with poverty and economic hardships rife across the Eastern Cape. For many learners, it also equates to a lack of access to more tools such as computers and even basic necessities such as food. Let's cross now to our reporter Lerato Fekisi, who's in Gqeberha, just to find out where she is. Lerato, good morning. And firstly, Joel was talking about the weather, that it's already raining in parts of the Eastern Cape. So that, of course, quite a worry for the education authorities. But I'm not sure about the situation where you are at. You will bring us up to speed with that, and also, of course, what's to be expected more generally.
Absolutely a huge concern for the department, especially when you look at issues of scholar transport, which has been a huge issue in the Eastern Cape, especially in the Transkei area. But the department is adamant that 85%, which is the target, is going to be reached. Uphill climb compared to last year's 81.24%. So confident that they will, despite the challenges, achieve 85%. Mr. Gade, this year the target is 85%. You're confident that despite the challenges we are facing, we will achieve 85%?
Yes, we have been achieving 5%, by the way, since 2019. So our systems are gelling, and our systems are indicating that we can be above 85% if you look in terms of the performance of the class of 2024. Currently, we are seated at 82.4 from the trial examinations, an indication that we are going to be around 86-87% pass rate if you look in terms of the ecosystem of managing the examination since the beginning of the last term of government. So our strategic focus at the bigger high schools with a higher learner population, but equally the high schools that are enrolling maths and science, which are the key strategic areas of focus for us in terms of the interventions and support that we have put in place.
Mr. Gade, the issues of scholar transport, especially in the Transkei area where students have to sometimes cross rivers to get to school, has been something that's been dealt with and will also be fixed, especially now with the final exams.
Yes, we have dealt with them as a provincial government, because remember, scholar transport is a matter of the Department of Transport, not necessarily a matter of Department of Education, but of course with a significant impact on us, because for us to be able to access education, you need that scholar transport. The provincial treasurer has given us money to fill up the gaps that were there, precisely because we dropped the numbers from 125,000 then to 103, that out of the crisis of those that were not part of the plan of the provincial government in terms of the fiscus, then the Department of Transport and also the Department of Education and Treasury met and get an additional funding for those that were not part of the plan.
Last, Mr. Gade, so all systems go, all papers in place, everything set for the final exams, no disturbances in any of the high schools?
Yes, our systems are okay, except for one area is a concern for me as an MEC for Education, the beachy area in Namtata, where one of the kids has been a victim of crime, is in Nelson Mandela Hospital as we speak. But from the plans we have in terms of the Department of Education, we have issued a statement that probably let's go and support that kid write an examination in the hospital, because he has been shot, unfortunately for her, has not died. But we needed a report of the Department of Health in that regard, so that we secure whether that kid is going to be ripe enough to write examinations. But of course, we can't leave her outside of the scope.
Thank you, Mr. Gade. That was the MEC for Education, Mr. Fundile Gade, just saying it's all systems go in the Eastern Cape. Yes, issues of transport continue to be an issue, but saying that they have upped their scholar transport and also ensured that the pupil who died during that mass killing in Biki is able to write her exams even in the hospital, by saying overall there is a target of 85%, perhaps 86% or 87% will be achieved by this year's class of 2024. For now, let's go back to the studio.
Well, thank you so much, Lerato Fekisi, speaking to us there from Gqeberha Matlaki High School is where she is currently. And looking at the clock, exactly 22 minutes before the matric class of 2024